I am Joseph of Suran, Joseph of Masad, farmer, cotter, plowman, Sahugani, summoner. 9 years ago I destroyed the village of Suran with a power I could neither control nor understand. A power passed down through generations for thousands upon thousands of years. A power I never asked for and never wanted. 9 years ago, raiders attacked Suran. To save my village, I unleashed the demon, and the demon massacred all in its path. The raiders, my friends, my family. The survivors blamed me, and who else were they to blame? I wore the ring. I called forth the demon. And so I left the ruins of Suran in exile and outcast. But I was not alone. My companion was a vagabond named Iago, an old beggar who had come to Suran the year before looking for the child born with the mark of the summoner. Looking for me. Iago said he'd teach me how to use my gift, how to use the ring that only those born with the mark could use. And now we were both vagabonds, hated and feared. We came to the village of Masad, and I threw the ring down a well. I told Iago to go away and never trouble me again with talk of prophecies and destinies. I was finished with my power. I swore on the graves of all who perished in Suran that I would never summon again. But the one thing I tried to escape was the one thing that came looking for me. And that is where my story begins.
The year was 596 Vorno Medeva, 300 years after the Medevan conquest, 1,000 years after the fall of Ikemos, and 12,000 years after the Third Arenegeth and the death of Urath, god of the Sudani. Murad the Usurper, Emperor of Orenia, a realm far to the north across the sea, invaded the shores of the Kingdom of Medeva. Led by the infamous Four Riders, Murad's soldiers laid waste to the villages along the Dahu River. One night they came to Masad. The soldiers were looking for a boy with a mark on his hand. The mark of the summoner. Having eluded the Orenians, Joseph sailed to Lanel, where he hoped to find the old beggar named Iago. In the tongue of the ancient Runari, Lanel means City of Gods. For upon this site, the towers of Iliosi stood. Now Lanel was capital of Medeva, seat of King Bellius VI, descendant of the victors of the Medevan conquest.
Please, I beg of you, I must see Iago.
That's Lord Iago to you. Well,
Then Lord Iago it is. I have urgent business.
business? What business? Will you sell him turnips? Has he borrowed your plow?
I come by his command. Stand aside and let me pass.
Listen, peasant. You be on your way now.
Iago is expecting me. Ask him. My name is...
Irrelevant. Now go, or I'll spill your blood on the palace gate!
What's wrong, Your Grace? Won't they let you in the palace?
Huh? Who are you?
Follow me. I know a way in.
What are you talking about?
Come on. I'll explain when we get there. The guards are watching.
So this is your way into the palace? Through the sewers?
These tunnels date back to the City of Gods. They'll take you anywhere in Lanel, if you know the way.
I'm not going in there unless you tell me who you are and what you want.
As you wish. My name is Felice. I work for Tancred.
Tancred? The Prince of Beggars?
Yeah, that's the one. Prince of Beggars and King of Fleas.
How do I know you won't cut my throat down there or stick a knife in my back? Why should I even trust you?
I wouldn't trust me if I were you, but you want to get in the palace, and so do I.
But why are you here? What do you want from me?
There's something I need to get from the palace.
But why are you helping me?
Because I need your help. The sewers are dangerous. I can't risk it alone.
You're making a mistake. I'm a farmer, not a warrior.
But your need is as great as mine. Let's go.
I am the king of Medeva. Show yourself, intruder, or I will summon the guard.
How is it you don't recognize me, Belius?
By the blood of Urath, I am haunted by ghosts.
Haunted by the living, Your Majesty.
Why have you come? What do you want from me?
I come only to whisper in your ear.
Impossible. This cannot be true.
I have journeyed too far to lie to you.
Enough! You are nothing but a ghost, a phantom. You have said your piece. Now go!
You have aged, Belius. You are now an old man. Our paths have crossed for the last time.
No, it cannot be.
And so the guards were dispatched to find Joseph in the cellar of the palace. And meanwhile, Fleece and I proceeded to the great hall to wait for Joseph. There the king's vassals were gathering for the war council. At last, my protege and I were reunited.
We found this lad in the cellar.
That will be all. Well, Joseph, truly the forces of destiny are at work. I feared you wouldn't come.
This is the tale of the Erenegeth, the war of the gods. The children of Guval usurped their father, the maker of all things, and Urath proclaimed himself lord of all creation. But Urath's sister, Lahara, envied her brother's power and sought the throne of heaven for herself. Lahara and her disciples rebelled, and the gods made war against each other. Thus we know this battle as the first Arenegeth. Urath crushed Ngahara's rebellion and banished his sister to Kossos, our world, where our ancestors lived and died. Among the people of Kossos, Ngahara brought chaos and discord. The skies, seas, and plains roiled with war and bloodshed. By Ngahara's hand, the children of creation turned against each other. Urath heard the lament from Kossos, and he came down from the heavens. For 100 years the second Arenegeth raged, until Ngahara surrendered. Urath exiled his sister to a prison deep below the earth, a world of fire we would come to know as the kingdom of the dead. But Ngahara would not concede defeat. She sent forth her minions to steal the souls of the dead and hoard them in the halls of her prison. Thus, deep below the world upon which we stand, our souls shall be doomed to endure all eternity. With a vengeful fury, Urath swooped down from his throne and struck the earth with his sword. The very stones that hold our world together split apart. This is how one kingdom became many. Medeva, Orenia, and the islands beyond the far horizon. And so began the third Arenegeth, the final battle of the gods. Defeated once again, Ngahara begged for mercy, and Urath relented. But then, as she embraced her brother, Ngahara plunged a dagger in his back. Her minions fell upon him and tore the flesh from his bones. As Urath died, the winged Sudani fell from the sky, their god destroyed. The cities of glass shattered and became the Vahiomo, the sea of stars. This is how our people lost their wings at the dawning of the chaos of 10,000 years. The story of creation begins with Guval, the maker of all things. From the tree of 7 branches, Guval carved the spheres of creation, Ergal and Kossos. Ergal is the city of light and joy that lies beyond the Vahiomo, the sea of stars where Aladi keeps watch. These are the white spires of heaven, beyond the fires that vanquish night and winter. Kossos is the world, and here we have lived since the firstborn. The sea and the mountains, the fish and the birds, and all people of all kingdoms belong to Kossos. In Kossos we live, and in Kossos we shall die. Guval, the maker of all things, created his children, Amesido, god of the sea, Ngahara, goddess of the flame, Vadagar, god of the earth, and Urath, god of the sky. From the white stones of his city, Guval cast down his children. Never shall you cross the gates of heaven, said the maker of all things. Here I am Lord, and I shall rule so all creation knows my tyranny. Kossos shall be your kingdom and your prison. The children of Guval gathered at the center of the world, and there built the city named Iliose, for all would know this place as the city of gods. Urath said unto them, Here we shall make a people to serve and worship us. This very temple was built upon the city of Iliose, for Lanel means city of gods in the tongue of the old Runari. In the forge of the gods, the children of Guval created the 4 tribes of the world, the Kosani of Vadagar, the winged Sudani of Urath, the Munari of Amesido, and Ngahara's infernal Odoni. We are the descendants of the Sudani. though we lost our wings in the Arenegeth. Stone by stone, the children of Guval built the Tower of Inga to reach beyond the Vaheomo, where Angadi keeps watch. Up the winding stair they marched to Urgal, the shining city of light and joy. The walls of heaven fell. From the white spires of Urgal, Uroth banished his father, the maker of all things. Cursing his children, Guval set the celestial sphere in motion. As the seasons turned, death came to Kossos, and the children of the four gods grew old and died. The windows of our temple also tell the story of doomed Iona, daughter of Amasido. Vadagar, god of the earth, fell in love with Iona, enraptured by the beauty of her song. Vadagar raised Iona's palace above the waves, but as a fish cannot live out of water, Iona perished in her lover's arms. Amasido grieved for his daughter and swore vengeance. With a great wave he struck the earth and flooded the cities of the Kosani, children of Vadagar. Those who survived the deluge fled to Sanavar, mountain of the wise, where they await the return of their god.
Joseph and Fleece set sail for the island monastery of Iona, home of the guardians of the great library. In the age of the gods, the monastery had been the citadel of Iona, daughter of Amasido, god of the sea. And here, the first 13 kings of Medeva lay entombed in their crypt, buried after the chaos of 10,000 years.
Look, Joseph, we made it. So this is the island of madmen and sorcerers.
I know who you are and why you have come, but I regret I cannot help you. I know almost nothing about your kind. The origin of the summoners was forgotten long ago, though many have left their mark on history.
Iago said you could help me.
Your friend Iago knows more about the summoners than any monk of our order. He left Iona 20 years ago, soon after Murad came to power, and the Jade Temple spoke its prophecy. Iago feared the Emperor would find you first, and Medeva would fall under Murad's shadow. Iago chose to leave Iona, and so he may never return to this island.
So that's what Iago meant about his sacrifice.
Do not look so glum, my friend, for there is someone here who can be of assistance to you. Her name is Rosalind, and she is Iago's daughter. A novice of the order, she has not yet sworn the oath that binds us to this island. Rosalind, you may enter now.
You wish to speak with me, Abbot Laurent?
Indeed. This is Joseph. He is the summoner your father was seeking.
The summoner of the Jade Temple's prophecy? This boy is nothing but a peasant.
Joseph seeks the rings of summoning, and you will help him on his quest.
Help him? My father is the great scholar of summoner lore, not I. If I leave Iona, how will I finish my training?
If you wish to become a monk of this order, you have no choice in the matter.
Iago abandoned my mother for his sake. What do you see in this boy?
Your dear mother died long ago, and if Joseph fails, her sacrifice will have been in vain.
Well, Summoner, why don't you ask the Kasani where to find your magic rings?
The Kosani?
The children of Vadagar and builders of Akamos. Amacito flooded their cities before the Renegade.
She's smart for a gutter snipe. The Kasani made the rings, so they might know where they're hidden. They live under Sonovar, Mountain of the Wise.
Iago said the Ring of Light was here.
Here? On Iona? Perhaps in the catacombs below the Crypt of Kings. No one has ventured down there since Carados vanished. We'll ask Brother Ovard. And after we find your ring, Summoner, I'm going back to Linnell with you. It's time I had a word with my dear father. By the blood of Urath, it's Sir Carados!
I am Vadagar, god of the Kosani, consort of doomed Iona. Who dares violate the tomb of my queen?
He's gone mad. He thinks he's a god.
king's army, under the command of the Duke of Tarimon, marched north to engage the Aurenian foe. Terrified villagers fled to the capital, seeking refuge behind the stone walls of Linnell. These northerners told harrowing tales of the four riders, of entire villages put to the sword, of omens of ill fortune and a cruel winter ahead.
Jakar, you may enter. Jakar, this is Joseph of Masad, born with the mark of the Summoner. You have been chosen to help him fulfill his destiny and defeat the Emperor, Murad.
Your Majesty, from me you demand the impossible. I'm needed to fight the Aurenians. I came to Linnell by your command, but I must now return to battle.
How dare you speak to your king with such impudence? If I say you shall die 1,000 deaths for this man, then you shall die 1,000 deaths. Are you so full of pride that you believe the fate of the Medevan army rests on your sword?
Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I know this boy is Joseph of Saran. His gift destroyed my village and massacred my family 9 years ago.
What are you saying?
All know the story of the demon of Saran. And here is the boy who called that demon forth. Nothing remains of our village, not a stone left standing. Joseph could not control his power and the people of Saran perished.
If this is true, Yago, why were we not informed?
Your Majesty, Jakar's account is true. As a child, Joseph lacked the strength to control the beings he summoned, and thus Saran was destroyed. But Joseph is older now and prepared to master his power.
Nevertheless, it is not a soldier's place to question the wishes of his king. Though your desire for revenge may be honorable, you must forego vengeance for the greater good of our kingdom. If you are a true subject of the King of Medeva, you have no choice in the matter.
Where have I heard that before?
Forgive my impudence, Your Majesty. Your will shall be done.
Yes, it shall. Though we find this news most disturbing. I pray you are right, Iago. For the sake of us all.
Joseph will not fail you, Your Majesty. In its golden age, Ikamos had been a prosperous realm, but the glory of the empire came at a terrible price. To Ikamos, the river god, The Empire sacrificed its children, drowning them in dark waters swollen with rain, until Amun, the last of the priest kings, wore the Ring of Stone. Born with the mark of the summoner, Amun made war against the river god. And so the vengeful Ikemos destroyed Amun's empire, sinking the realm below a vast swamp. To save his people from the eternal torment of the drowned, Amun changed them into stone. The Kosani were children of Vadagar, god of the earth and lover of doomed Iona. In Sanavar, the mountain of the wise, lived the last of their kind. Their ancestors had survived the great flood brought by Amasido's vengeance.
Look, on that stone. Could that be the ring of fire?
Careful. Looks like a trap.
I got it!
What's happening?
A giant Salamanca.
The Kasani can't make us fight that thing. It's not fair.
Draw your weapons. The ordeal isn't over yet.
Peleus is dead. And now, I claim the crown that is rightfully mine. I have kept my end of the bargain, Farinka Moano. I now insist that you keep yours.
You defile these sacred stones with innocent blood. Where is Gamien? If the Queen has escaped...
The Queen is of no concern to you.
What of the Duke of Taraman? Though you hold Ganel, that does not yet make you king. In 3 days, your fortunes may have turned.
General Pagian and I will handle the Duke of Taraman. Now do as you're told, or I will find another frock to play the Hierophant for me.
Kneel before me, your Highness. May the gods bless this crown, and thus sanctify their servant Sornahan, upon whose head we place this sign of royal majesty. In their name I proclaim you King of Medeva, Prince of the Runari, Victor of the Conquest, the one true heir of Urath the Father, and protector of the realm.
I hate to interrupt your pomp and reveling, King Sornahan, but may I remind you that Murad is your master now? The Emperor has no need for ceremonies. He wants the boy.
And I assure you, General Pagian, that the boy will come to you. Have your man wait here in the temple, and you will see. My spies inform me he is already in the city. But we have more pressing matters to discuss, General. Taraman will not wait for us to make our plans.
Very well, but I warn you. Murad is a cruel master to those who betray his trust.
Follow me, Joseph. There is one last thing we must do.
Iothugana!
This, Joseph, is the Forge of Urath. From these fires, the god made our ancestors, the winged Sudani.
Iago, I have the 4 rings. What more do I need to do?
Individually, the rings are powerful, but not powerful enough. A summoner who places the rings together in the Forge of Urath will unite the four into one. One all-powerful ring. And you are the first in thousands of years to fulfill the summoner's destiny.
But how do I put the rings in the fire?
By placing them on your hand and submerging them in the forge.
Put my hand in the fire? Are you mad?
A mere mortal would be destroyed. But you are the summoner, the Sahugani. You were born with this power and chosen for this destiny. Do not be afraid. The flames will not harm you. You will be made invincible. Yes! By destroying these rings, Sahugani, you have freed the demons from their prison. Only a summoner could have accomplished such a feat. You have been most obliging.
Help!
And Fleece, you too have been quite useful. We will pay you the fee agreed upon. May your gold give you pleasure until the end of your days.
Fleece, you betrayed me!
No! Iago said he wanted the rings. He promised he wouldn't hurt you.
Now that you have what you want, Iago, let him go.
Oh no! Joseph is bound for Orenia. He shall be a gift to our friend, the Emperor Murad.
Why are you doing this?
We have no more use for the man you knew as Iago. It is time we revealed our true nature.
I know you remember me, Joseph, for you summoned me at the village of Siran. It was I who destroyed your people and cursed your memory for all eternity.
The demons now unleashed, General Pegian returned to Orenia with his prisoner, a gift for the Emperor Murad. Though the summoner had lost his powers, Murad could not dispose of him. If Joseph were to die, a new summoner would be born to take his place. So the Emperor entombed his nemesis in a chamber below the Tower of Ila, there to live out his days. Having betrayed her friend, Fleece returned to Iona. With Rosalind and Jakar, she hoped to journey to Orenia and free Joseph from the tower. But Jakar had sworn to defend the queen, and she remained on Iona as the demons ravaged the kingdom. Thus Rosalind and Fleece set sail for Orenia, seeking the Tower of Ila and the summoner's living tomb.